Hey guys, in this video we're going to be covering activity 5D.3. Our mastery learning objective is I can find the probability of compound events by interpreting data from a tree diagram. So very similar to what we did in the last video, obviously everything here is already solved for us. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to annotate what is going on in words. Like where are we seeing all these numbers? Where are we? What do they mean? What do they stand for? All right. So what our scenario right here is, it says that you are off to soccer camp and love being the goalkeeper, but it depends on whether Sam is the coach or Alex is the coach. The tree diagram shows all the possible probabilities. Identify what each probability represents. So something to remember is that we have two things that are going on, right? So we have multiple types of probability: simple probability, conditional probability, compound probability, and or. Anytime you see a tree diagram, you're not going to have that or probability. It's only going to be our and, which is our conditional. And obviously, we have to start off with simple probability. So anything that is our first, I'm going to call this like event. This is supposed to be a B. Event A, and this is going to be my event B. So obviously, we have two coaches, and then I do like being goalie. So that is going to be my event B, okay? Anything that is in my first column here, I'm just going to use red for right now. Hopefully I selected red. Anything right here is what our simple probability is, right? So this is simple probability, right? It's the chances of only one thing happening. Is Sam the coach or is Alex the coach? So this is going to be probability of whatever event A is happening, okay? Our next option here is going to be these ones right here. And these are my totals of, being goalie given that someone else is already being coached, right? Given that Sam is the coach or Alex is the coach. So something obviously happened before, and that's determining, yes, if I'm playing or no, if I'm not playing. So this column right here is going to be conditional probability. And this is where you see that B, what is the chances of event B happening given that A already happened, right? This is why I say, event B given that A already happened, right? Because we're already figuring out who's going to be the coach and if I'm going to play as goalkeeper or not. Our last column here is our compound probability. So again, looking at your notes, compound probability is just the probability of event A and event B occurring. So one thing also to remember is that anytime you see that conditional probability, this just means the word given. Compound probability means the word and. All right, so now let's go ahead and annotate what these all represent. So the first thing says, I see that 0.6, right? And that's going to be my 0.6 that's right here. So what does this actually mean? This just means the probability of Sam being the coach. So that's exactly what I'm going to write out. Probability of Sam being coach. All right, what's the probability of, or what does this 0.4 represent? Well, that's going to be the probability of Alex being the coach. Of Alex being the coach. All right, what does that 0.5 mean? So now what we see here is that 0.5 is in the next column. So now I'm in my conditional probability, and I need to figure out how I get there. Well, that means I have to have Sam as a coach, and then I'm going this way, right? And then I'm goalkeeper, right? That's where I see that yes right here. So, but again, since this is conditional probability, you have to state what happened before that. So, how I'm going to write this is the probability of me being goalie given Sam is the coach, right? So probability of you being goalie given, that's important, you do need that word here because this is our conditional probability. Because what happened before? Well, what happened before is that Sam is the coach. Alright, now what is the next number? So I see that another 0.5. So again, Sam is still the coach, but now I'm not going to be goalie. So this is the probability of you not being goalie given Sam is coach. Right? Because Sam is coach, that was our given statement before. Alright, I'm going to kind of minimize this a little bit so we can still see our graph up here. Make you dizzy while I try to do that. Alright, next one. I see that 0.3 now. I'm still in that column of blue though. So I'm going to keep going with the blue because now I see this 0.3 and that's at this place right here. So how did I get there? What happened before? Well, Alex is the coach now and now I am goalie. So the probability of you being coach, or I'm sorry, you being goalie, given what happened before. Well, given that Alex is coach. Alright, now what does that 0.7 mean? Well, 0.7 is right here, so Alex is still coach, but now I am not goalie. So this is going to be probability of you not being goalie given Alex is coach. Alright. Moving on to the next one. I see that 0.3 here. It's in our green area. So what is that going to mean? I'm going to change my color to green. Well, what happened all of this way? Well, that means that Sam was the coach and I got to be goalie. So this is what that summation, you know, what that product actually, because you multiply when you move on. So it's actually the product of when Sam is the coach and when I get to play goalie. So again, that's where you see that word and. So that's why you need to use that word and. All right. So this is going to be the probability of you being, or Sam being coach and you being goalie. So probability of Sam being coach and, so that's the important one, and you being goalie. Alright, what does that 0.3 in yellow mean? Well, that's still Sam's coach, but now I am not goalie, and that's where I get that product of 0.3. So the probability, a lot of writing, I know, probability of Sam being coach and you not being goalie. Alright, scrolling that up a little bit. I see that 0.12, so that is going to be the probability of now Alex being the coach, and I am still getting to be goalie. So this is going to be probability of Alex being coach, and again, another important word, and this was the yes part, so that would be you being the goalie. All right, our last probability here is 0.28. That's going to be the probability of Alex still being the coach, but you are no longer the goalie. So this is going to be probability of Alex being coach and you not being goalie. All right. So again, key things is just making sure you use the word "and" when you need to, using when you need to say "given." Right. Our final column is all the summations, or not the summations. I keep saying summation. It's all the products, right? Product means when you multiply. So that's why we have that word "and" there, because it obviously meant multiply. All right. Go ahead and work on that activity, guys, and good luck.